Incoming transmission.
Hello, this is Matt and McKinley from History Dispatches.
We are the father-son duo bringing you the weird, the wild, the wacky, and the craziest tales from across time.
From the Ice Bowl
to the Great Heathen Army.
And the head of Oliver Cromwell.
The same head they kept on a pike for 3 years?
Yep, all here on History Dispatches.
New episodes every weekday.
Find out more at historydispatches.com or wherever you get your podcast app.
Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm your host Kyle Wood, and today we're going to be learning all about heroes. But before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell truth from fiction. Separating reality from a fallacy can be pretty difficult. That's why it's important to develop a habit of thinking critically about the things you see, read, and hear. Consider this. In World War I, a pigeon flew through a barrage of enemy fire and sustained serious injuries, but saved nearly 200 American soldiers. That pigeon was later awarded a medal for its heroism. It's an amazing story, but is it an actual fact or too good to be true? What do you think? Stick around and you'll find out at the end of this episode. Now for our word of the day. Today's word of the day, fittingly enough, is hero. Most of us understand a hero to be a person admired for their courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. It can also refer to the principal character in a book, film, or play. But where does the word hero come from? Its origins are actually quite epic. The word hero traces back to the Greek word heros. In Greek mythology, a heros was originally a demigod, often the offspring of a deity and a mortal who was endowed with a great strength or ability. Think of figures like Heracles or Achilles. These individuals were seen as protectors and defenders, standing above ordinary mortals. Over time, the meaning broadened from these mythological protectors to encompass anyone who shows great courage or is admired for brave deeds or noble qualities. So every time we call someone a hero, we're tapping into a tradition that's thousands of years old, rooted in epic tales of valor and divine ancestry. Now it's time for today's High Five, our top 5 fun facts about heroes. Just a few years ago, in 2022, a 5-year-old saved her entire family from a fire. A 5-year-old girl in Houston, Texas, named Anaya Robinson became a real-life hero when she saved her entire family from a house fire. Anaya woke up to the smell of smoke and saw flames in the kitchen. Instead of panicking, she remembered what she had learned about fire safety. She quickly alerted her parents and helped guide her visually impaired grandfather out of the burning building. Thanks to Anaya's quick thinking and bravery, her entire family, including her baby sister, made it out safely before firefighters arrived. This courageous little girl demonstrated heroism isn't about age or size, but about courage and clear thinking in a crisis. Number 2. A brave dog named Togo traveled hundreds of miles through a blizzard to deliver life-saving medicine, and he wasn't the only canine hero on the job. While many know the story of Balto, the leading sled dog who completed the final leg of the 1925 Serum run in Nome, Alaska, another dog named Togo was the unsung hero of that mission. Togo, a Siberian husky, led his musher Leonard Seppala and their team across the most dangerous and longest stretch of the journey, covering an astonishing 264 miles compared to an average of 31 miles for other teams. This included treacherous terrain like crossing the breaking ice of the Norton Sound. The serum was desperately needed to combat a diphtheria epidemic threatening the children of Nome. Togo, at 12 years old, showed incredible endurance and courage. While Balto rightfully received fame for the final 55-mile leg, those involved in the relay knew Togo was the true champion of the run, facing the worst conditions and the longest distance to bring the antitoxin closer to its destination. Number 3. An ordinary man once used a Land Rover to push a burning plane away from an airport terminal, saving hundreds of lives. In a remarkable display of quick thinking and bravery, Donald Usher, an airport operations duty manager at Newcastle Airport, single-handedly prevented a potential catastrophe in 1999. When a light aircraft crash-landed and caught fire, posing an imminent threat to the terminal building and other parked planes, Usher took decisive action. Using an airport Land Rover, Usher skillfully maneuvered the heavy vehicle to nudge the burning aircraft away from vulnerable structures and other planes. This bold and selfless act, performed under immense pressure and at great personal risk, ensured that the fire didn't spread. He protected lives and prevented extensive damage to the airport infrastructure. Donald Usher's quick thinking and courageous actions that day were crucial in averting a much larger disaster. Number 4. A gentle beluga whale once saved a free diver by pushing her to the surface when her legs cramped up in icy Arctic waters. In 2009, a competitive freediver named Yang Yun was participating in a competition at an aquarium in Harbin, China that involved sinking to the bottom of a deep, cold water beluga tank without breathing apparatus. During one of her dives, Yang Yun's legs became paralyzed by cramps due to the frigid temperatures, and she found herself unable to swim back to the surface. Just as she thought she might drown, one of the beluga whales in the tank, named Mila, sensed her distress. Mila swam toward Yang Yun, gently took her leg into her mouth, and began pushing her upwards towards the surface of the tank. Thanks to Mila's quick and intelligent intervention, Yang Yun reached the surface safely and was rescued. Now, our fifth and final fun fact today also features an animal, but it's a polar bear, and unfortunately, in this case, the animal is the villain of the piece. A 70-year-old woman fought off a polar bear with nothing but her courage and a piece of driftwood to save her friends. In July 2013, 2 Inuit women were attacked by a polar bear near a remote hunting cabin in Nunavut. Their companion, 70-year-old Laisa Angarasuit, heard their screams and rushed to help without a weapon. Showing incredible bravery, Angarasuit grabbed a piece of driftwood, the only thing available, and charged at the massive predator, striking it repeatedly. Her fierce counterattack startled the bear, causing it to release the women and turn its attention to her before eventually retreating. Though one woman was seriously injured, Angarasuit's fearless intervention undoubtedly saved both her friends from a far worse fate, proving heroism knows no age limit. Now for some news you can use. One of the most practical things you can do to be prepared to act heroically, or simply to help in an emergency, is to learn basic first aid and CPR. Knowing these skills can empower you to take immediate action when someone is injured or experiencing a medical crisis, potentially saving a life before professional help arrives. Many organizations like the American Red Cross or the American Heart Association offer courses. This knowledge is invaluable because in many emergencies, the first few minutes are critical. Being trained in CPR can keep oxygenated blood flowing to the brain and other vital organs if someone's heart stops. And first aid skills can help you manage injuries, control bleeding, or assist someone who's choking. It's about being prepared to make a difference when seconds count. You don't need superhuman strength, just the right knowledge and willingness to act. Your investment of just a few hours to get CPR and first aid trained could make a lifetime of difference for someone else. Now for the moment you've been waiting for. Earlier in the episode, I asked if it's true that a pigeon was awarded a medal for saving American soldiers during World War I. It sounds incredible, but as a matter of fact, this one is true. The pigeon's name was Cher Ami, which means dear friend in French. During the Meuse-Argonne offensive in October 1918, Major Charles Whittlesey and more than 500 men of the Lost Battalion were trapped behind enemy lines, surrounded by German forces and suffering from friendly fire because their location was unknown. After several other messenger pigeons were shot down, Cher Ami was dispatched with a crucial message detailing their coordinates. Despite being shot through the breast and leg by enemy fire, losing one eye and having a leg hang by only a tendon, Cher Ami bravely continued his 25-mile flight in just 25 minutes. He delivered the message that ultimately led to the rescue of the 194 surviving soldiers. For his incredible bravery and determination, he was awarded the French Croix de Guerre with a palm oak leaf cluster. His preserved body is even on display at the Smithsonian National Museum of American History, a testament to a small bird's monumental courage. I hope you enjoyed learning a few fun facts about heroes with me, and be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app for more fun facts every weekday. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.